We've all surfed the web, but let's look at what actually happens when we're online. Remember, nobody envisaged online gaming, eBay and Facebook when the internet was created. HTML, the language of web pages, has been continually updated to add functionality to try and keep up. On your home computer, you use a piece of software called a web browser to request and view web pages. Common web browsers include Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, Internet Explorer and Apple Safari. As you can see from these browser figures, the once dominant Internet Explorer is now used by less than 15% of web users. Google Chrome has now overtaken the popular Firefox to take almost half the market. You can use the web browser to request a web page by typing a known address into the address bar, clicking a link on another web page, or searching for a page using a search engine like Google. The browser sends your request onto your Internet Service Provider or ISP. They serve as your gateway to the Internet. The request is then sent out onto the web. Web pages are stored on computers called servers. A server is any Internet-connected computer running server software which can receive requests for a web page and send back the requested page and its resources for display. The Internet is just a network connecting all these servers together. Requests are passed from one server to another until they reach their destination. When the server receives your request, it finds all the resources, HTML files, images, etc., needed to display the requested page and sends them back to your web browser. Again, these are passed from server to server until they reach their destination. Bandwidth refers to how quickly information can be sent or received across the internet. The smaller files are, the more quickly they can be sent and the faster a web page will load. Images and video are particularly bandwidth intensive and need to be compressed to make them viewable online. Once these materials are received, your web browser follows the HTML instructions to piece images and content together to assemble the final page for you to view. It's a little bit like assembling IKEA furniture. Be warned, some browsers are better at following the instructions than others, and the end result can vary. This is why the World Wide Web Consortium has developed web standards to try and encourage consistency between browsers. So this is the process of viewing a web page online. Try and keep this in mind next time you're surfing the web.